Hello and welcome, class. This is a video to help you hopefully understand how to access some information in the book. Your menu may be different from this menu. This is a general introduction to the book. So when you look at this, you may see on yours, or you may not, that Chrome is recommended. I do have a disclaimer here. It has been a little bit cantankerous. So that means that if you're having difficulty doing what I'm about to do in Chrome, then you will want to change to Firefox. So there are some strange happenings that go on sometimes, depending on what browser you're using. In this particular setup, you have a how to fix pop-up blockers on Chrome and Firefox. So whichever you decide to use, you just open that document and make sure that your blockers are off. Now, I will tell you that if you don't do that, then you're not going to be able to open the book at all. And where that actual warning will show up should be at the top of your screen up here. It should just say something about your pop-up blockers are on. It usually turns kind of a red color on most computers. So just keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of walk through this, because if you don't have access to the ebook, you cannot do book assignments. So what I've done is I've clicked the link here, and now what you see is one of the ways that it may show up. Now the problem here is that ideally it should go straight to the chapter reading, and it's not doing that currently. So last time I checked, it's doing the same thing in Firefox and Chrome, so that's one of the reasons I'm doing the video. Now this is not your view. This says that people have taken this little video quiz on how to use MindTap, which is wonderful because that wouldn't be a bad idea. But notice it says practice. Anything that says practice means that there's no points for that. That's really for your particular benefit. Now, one of the things also is that you'll have to know which section we're in. And once I open up another section of the book, then you won't have any trouble understanding, because I'll put we're in part 1. So down here, notice there says zero activities, zero activities. That just means that there's nothing there for you to look at yet. Hit the little pull down arrow. That means there's more here. We're actually going to be working on chapter 1 as of the time I made this video, and that's critical reading. So we're going to look at how to read things with a critical eye so that you can engage in a conversation. That's part of rhetorical analysis, is engaging in a conversation. So when you look at this, I've hit the pull down, and you see the chapter will help you read blah, 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 right? So it's more important when you get into the chapter. It's not really blah once you get there. So this one is also practice. That means you do not get points. It looks like 13% of the students in the class have actually completed that. And I don't think that will show up for your view. It'll just show up for me. But it's good to do those. It doesn't hurt. Now on this one, this means 6% of the class has done it. So that means just a few of you have done it so far. And this is the actual homework that counts towards your grade. In this case, it's 10 points. And the way to access that is pretty simple. You're just going to click. And once you click, it's going to pull up your homework. And I want to show you a couple things here so that you know what not to do in particular. So from my view, this is going to look like this, and let me look. Yeah, it looks like that to you as well. So to actually post, you're just going to click here. Now I can't click that because it'll show you the student that posted, but all you have to do is click, and there will be a box that opens up, and you'll want to make sure that once you're finished, you submit it. You can see I don't know if you can see it down here because my face is in front of it, but there's a submit for grading button down in your lower right corner, and that's how you do your homework. Once you go back, I also want to show you that this chapter 1 reading critically link at the very top is going to take you straight to your book. Now there's two ways to get to that. So if I put we're reading chapter 1, you can either click the link that's in here, or this little blue icon you see over here is your actual book. you can pull that up, and I want to tell you this so that you don't get confused. Some people say, well, it won't take me to where I need to go. And most of the time that's because they didn't click the chapters. So once you click the chapter, it's going to pull down and you can read any chapter that we're on at any point, and you can even go backwards and review those chapters. So I hope that that helps clear up some of the confusion. Notice too that when I clicked the book link, I did not have to sign up for an account because I'm a teacher. You will. So what you'll have to do is as soon as you click, let's go back to that initial book link right here. If you have never linked your book, which means basically you're telling the Cengage book, hey, I want this inside of Blackboard, please give it to me. And I even put a thing down here, all students must do the initial sign in. Now, if you've had a Cengage account before, just as a review, hopefully I've mentioned this in class, it may go ahead and take you straight to that book without you having to do that at all. If you've never had a Cengage book, you are going to have to put your email and a password in, and that is the first thing that pops up. And if you make sure that you use one that you can actually access if you need to, because that will help you reset passwords and stuff like that if you ever have to use the Cengage application. So I just wanted to do this quick video just to kind of help you through that if you're confused at all. I try to be really accessible to students. Remember that email is the best way to contact me, and if you need further assistance, usually on Fridays. Now, I'm recording this on 1/18, so I actually have meetings all day next Friday, but usually I'm in my office most of the day on Friday up until at least 2 o'clock. So keep that in mind that I am available then, and if you're sending emails on that day, I'm also a little bit quicker to respond to those when I'm not in meetings. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that this helped. And feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and I will be more than happy to maybe even step you through it by calling you or something like that if you're having trouble. So thank you for listening, and contact me if you need anything else.